here's my story. All my friends know this one. Just because I'll forever remember it. And to the girl who's listening to this, I'm not going to use your name just because I actually don't remember it. So.
Okay, so then after this, I can finish mine.
Yours still has more?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought...
Because
I don't know. Should we? You killed the joke earlier.
What
I
joke?
feel like you're not deserving things.
Yes,
No.
let's do... We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Cartel killings.
Okay.
It was cartel killings.
Well, thank you for intruding, Nick, on my story. Yeah.
Limbs and bodies.
Yeah. Dick. Anyway, so this was my freshman year of high school, and it was geometry class. And by the way, I look the same now than I did in freshman year. It's basically been this the entire time. And I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting towards the back. At like the front row, we had that thing where we had two separate parts of the room. Half of it, like there was a hallway down the middle, sort of, and then there was like rows of 3 chairs that kept coming back towards the back. And I was sitting at the front of one of those, and we're taking notes. We're taking notes for geometry, and I'm kind of into it. And then all of a sudden, I feel this moving on like my chair. It's like a pulse. It's like a rhythmic, pulsating, like feet putting pressure and then coming back off, putting pressure, coming back off. And then it stopped. So I was like, oh, okay, well, wonder what that was. I thought it was... and then it started up again. And this time it wouldn't stop. I was like, oh, God, what is this? Is anyone else feeling... No, so it's not an earthquake. Maybe it's an earthquake and I'm the only one not freaking out. And then all of a sudden I started hearing this deep breathing. Like, it's like deep meditative breathing almost. Like the
Curry breathing.
No, they're
like
trying to gain
Synergy.
synergy.
I'm going to do the high jump kind of breathing.
Like they're gathering up energy to become Super Saiyan or something.
Right.
And it's that deep breathing for a while. I'm like, God, is it? Oh, I know it's a girl sitting behind me. They kind of want to. Okay, so I took a look, and all I saw was like this jar of lotion. And then I turned back. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm looking towards my neighbors, and no one's noticing anything. It's just me that's like really freaking out here.
Right.
And all I can think, I really want to look behind me and like kind of watch, but I don't think that'd be the polite thing to do. And it's just me thinking this. I don't even remember if I finished the notes that day, because then the bell rang. And it was over, and she leaves. And I'm kind of just still sitting in my chair trying not to make eye contact.
Right.
And just, kind of wish I looked. And that's the end of that story. And that was just such a weird experience for me.
Did you look in the chair?
I didn't have, no. I was a lot, like, more fragile and shyer freshman year.
Right.
Or at least I was like, Jesus, I don't even want to bother.
Because my first thought immediately when she left would be, I should check the chair. I should see if there's anything. Anyway, yeah.
By the way, there was a follow-up test where I had to freak out once in Spanish because I saw, like, it looked like juices on the chair, and like my Spanish test. I was like, gross, because it reminded me immediately of that. And and I said out loud, and she was like, "It's just water." Oh. I'm like, "You don't know the deep psychological scars
that are there. They live forever."
So yeah, that was like early on in geometry too.
Math.
It was great. It's pretty great.
I'm almost sure of that.
Yeah.
Of course, I went to camp when I was a kid, so. I'm not going to tell any of those stories. Yeah. It's incredibly disgusting. Come on the walls. Anyway.
All right, let's leave those, man.
Can we just please?
So yeah.
Let's talk about vomit parties.
No.
No, we already talked about it.
Let's talk about. We were very keen to talk about. You had some science fiction interest.
Oh yeah, just because of the way I view things now.
Because in the last episode, we learned about your views,
Chris Jr.,
about your understanding of yourself in relation to this time-space continuum. Explain it. Explain where it came from. Explain how it evolved to what you are.
What I am. It makes me. It was basically just me reading Slaughterhouse-Five. And I love the idea of time in the fourth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Where it makes sense to me, where it's just everything happens all at once.
Yeah.
Everything is happening at the same exact moment. We're just living out these certain parts of it. And one of the major themes is that the character can, some of the characters in the story can live out certain periods of their life. So they choose to live out the happier ones. The thing is, everything has happened, even the sad things, so they don't have to relive those.
Right.
They can just live out the happy moments and go on. And so I kind of viewed my life as, oh, it's all happening at once then. So there's Chris. So what should I call my past me and my future me if I'm still traveling through time in the third dimension? Well, past me is always Chris Jr.
Right.
And future me is future Chris. And boy, do I feel bad for that guy.
Well, you've kind of fucked up what's going to be for him.
I'm doing my best to ruin everything for future Chris.
It's comparable to, you remember Future Me was an episode of South Park?
I think so, yeah.
It was basically, the setup for it was to keep their kids off of drugs. Parents hired actors to look like grown-up versions of the kids and tell them, oh, you started doing drugs in high school, and then everything went downhill from there. And they're getting paid, out the nose for this. And then the moral of the story was, you shouldn't lie to your children to teach them lessons. That's wrong.
It works.
And then the very last scene of the thing was, there's this man comes up to Eric, and he's like, who the hell are you? And he says, Eric, I'm you from the future. I came back to tell you what a great job you did, because as soon as you helped everyone, you turned your life around, started eating better and exercising, and now you're the owner of your own automotive repair store. Wow, really? Fuck you! I'm gonna do whatever I want! And then he immediately opens a tin of cookies and he starts eating it. Now I'm gonna fuck up my life even more! Up yours! And then the future Cartman changes in this flash of electricity and becomes even more disgustingly fat, and he's just wearing work overalls covered in grease. God damn it! That's essentially what you're doing, but in a long-term way.
Yeah, that's my point. I want future Chris to go, oh god, there's nothing I can do. Just no hope. Chris Jr. really did a really good job.
Yeah, fantastic job.
Everything else. But on my tombstone, it's gonna read Chris Jr. got me. That's
People are gonna think that your son murdered you. Also, that you were super creative. What do you want to name our son? Chris Jr.
No, if I'm gonna name my son, it's gonna be some long, convoluted name that he'll always resent me for. Billy, Bob, Joel, and start naming them after artists or musicians, I don't know, James Hetfield and
Billy Bob Joel.
Billy Bob Joel, NASCAR, Jeff Gordon, Lakers, Kobe Bryant, and all these
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, name them after an entire team of Lakers.
Elton Abdul-Jabbar.
Muhammad Rasbit. Yeah. Nestle.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Nestle Strawberry.
Nestle Hershey.
He's named after all my favorite drinks.
We got butter.
Nesquik. Yoo-hoo.
Name some more trashy drinks. Sambuca.
Belly Splashers.
Oh. Tang.
Kool-Aid Jammers.
Tang. Do you ever get Tang Grit when you've drank it?
That's when you don't mix it right? And
and you get powder in your teeth.
Yeah, that's awful.
That's the worst.
But it's the best tasting stuff, and you feel like you're in space.
I miss when I was a kid, they had commercials for Tang.
Yeah, Reagan-Tang.
And they had monkeys.
Yeah. There's one I remember. I don't know if it's real, but it's been in my dreams. And it's a tank
what-
commercial.
Was it the ninjas fighting for lotion?
No, that's a real thing that happened.
Oh, okay.
If anyone can find that, I've been looking for that video. Basically, it's two ninjas fighting, and it's just this convoluted fight, and they're running across water and all this, and then it's the lotion commercial. If anyone finds that, please post that somewhere. Otherwise, I keep thinking I'm making this up.
Okay.
And
Can I make a request for a commercial?
sure.
There's an Australian beer commercial that was the best thing I ever watched. And the basic premise of it is, you see a military grade airplane, and it's flying over, like the Super Bowl, and I think it's a Foster's beer. It may be Foster's beer, but
It's probably Foster.
Yeah, it's probably.
And out of the back of this hangar that you know normally like F-14s come out of,
Yeah.
they push out what is a giant beer can, and it's enormous. And then a parachute deploys behind it. As it drifts down, you see it descend on an unsuspecting suburban neighborhood, and it crushes 3 homes. It just smashes through them as it lands, and then it jams into like an old couple's house, jutting into their living room wall. And the woman like screams for her life, and the man holds her, and then a hatch opens, and all these drunk men come running out, and then it's just the caption, "Foster's beer, drink it." It's
Drink it.
That's my beautiful Australian accent. I know.
Drink it.
Drink it!
Do it.
We're all doing it. You should too.
All the cool kids are doing it. All of them.
Like Sunny D.
Sunny D's great. Shut
Sunny
up.
D. No, I know that. Everyone's doing it.
I'd much prefer the purple stuff. I think.
The purple drink.
Purple drink.
Purple drink.
It's not grape. It's purple drink. It's to be fair, most sodas that are labeled grape don't taste like any grape that exists.
No. They taste like medicine grape sometimes.
Yeah.
That's if they do it bad.
And I'm apparently a minority. I don't like the orange Starbursts.
They're okay.
No.
Yeah.
They're not acceptable.
I
and
like
will
the
not have them.
tropical. I like the tropical Starburst for some reason.
Oh, the special brand?
Yeah, like dragon fruit guava.
Mm.
Like that's really good.
I feel like we veered off.
We veered off so much.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about science fiction.
That's what we started off with.
Oh.
So how about...
So we covered Slaughterhouse-Five. By the way, great book. Learned a ton about life. In fact, for my AP English exam, I had to write an essay about any book, and I wrote about that.
Mm.
And the first paragraph is almost like a page long, and it's just me describing what the fourth dimension looks like.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And basically, once you wrap your mind around that, the rest of the essay is pretty easy to understand.
I have some science fiction that I know we can all enjoy, because it's a favorite of ours, and that is Douglas Adams' work.
Yay!
Where...
Look how enthusiastic we were.
Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Yay!
There it is.
Yeah.
That's like teaching fucking children to come on, class. You can do it.
Get it together!
I just cheated on my husband.
Or like when the Japanese girls trap the ghost inside that frog. I like that reference. Watch Cabin in the Woods.